While we like to have fun on this channel, there are topics that are serious and that we need to talk about when it comes to Amanita Muscaria. And I have warnings and who should not use and the negatives or the downsides of this mushroom in a playlist. So if you'd like to watch more about that, please go watch that playlist. I have the same thing on amanitadreamer.net, where all of the uncensored videos and videos that YouTube won't let me talk about are held. They're free. I don't even ask for your email address. Just go to amanitadreamer.net and you can watch all that you need over there. What I want to talk about today is psychosis. And I have talked about who should and shouldn't take Amanita, and I've said it in many different places in many different ways. But I feel like if I title a video this, if I talk about it plainly, then more people may see it. But I want to talk about it in all of the ways that I see that Amanita affects it, or the people that are describing their negative outcomes, what was going on right before they started using Amanita. And I see a common theme, although this isn't going to cover everyone. It's a common theme, and I want to show those to you, talk to you about those. But first, I am not a therapist. This isn't advice. This is not your therapy. I did not go to school for psychiatry or psychology. I am reporting to you information that's getting reported to me. The first issue that I see is people that have used cannabis to maintain their mental health. So people that have been using it to help with their depression or focus or attention or panic attacks or anxiety, and have found that they need it as a medicine every day to function, so much so to the point that they've forgotten what their life is like without it. Those people in particular, I have seen when they start weaning off the cannabis because for whatever reason, it isn't working as well anymore. The few that have had issues started out going into psychosis as they were coming off of the cannabis, either letting me know that this was happening, talking about it in classes that I've given, talked about it having happened to them before when they tried to get off cannabis, or when I've just been reading stories on the internet. That, to me, looks like where it begins for a lot of people. And they don't associate the two because it's the slow descent or decline coming off the cannabis and starting to destabilize. The second mistake that I see those same people make then is thinking, oh, I'm getting unstable. I'm going to dive into the Amanita. And then the Amanita uncovers pretty quickly what was going on there, because Amanita is a very grounding self mushroom, and it will bring you fully more into yourself, the very things that the cannabis has been helping you avoid. That's only a very small percentage. And indeed, in Baba Masha's book, in the people that she surveyed, she talks about this also, that in her opinion, between 2 to 7% of the people that use Amanita, it triggers psychosis. That's one sort of section of people that I see having issues with it. The other people that I have seen that have issues with it are people that have either been diagnosed with bipolar disorder or manic depression, what it used to be called, or they have been swinging between higher grandiose states and very deep depressive states without a diagnosis. Those people don't tend to do very well with Amanita. Amanita will come in and bring it front and center, further destabilizing that person. So if they were already in a depressed state and then Amanita showed them dark things in themselves they were not ready to look at, then that would send them plunging further into that depression. Or if they were manic, the upside, that power side of Amanita, would fuel the arrogance, the grandiosity, and that manic side and push them even further out of reality. This is why when I say that if you are feeling unstable, truly see a medical professional, because you'll wind up having to see one if you don't see one first. It's the other reason I say always microdose Amanita first and see how it's going to treat you. Most people 95% of people are going to fare very well with Amanita. But if you are afraid, if you have an inkling or an idea that you get destabilized frequently, if you have been on very heavy antipsychotic medication or a heavy user of mental health drugs or cannabis, and you know that you destabilize without these things, then I wonder if it's a good idea to be treating yourself this way medically by diving into something like this. And that is why I'm always saying start small and work your way up. Because if you don't know or you're suspicious about it, this is the best way. And then the second thing involved in that start small and work your way up is that when you start to notice it's not working and you're feeling more destabilized, well, don't keep taking it. That also happens. So I just wanted to make a video to say these things. I've said it many times before. I have a whole playlist outlining all of these different parts of Amanita and who shouldn't take it and warnings and reasons why. But I wanted to make one with this word in the title very, very specifically so that people wouldn't miss it among all of the other reasons and things to look for about the downsides and the cautions before you try jumping into Amanita Muscaria. So sorry this one was a little down, but it's important and it needs to be said. I support myself and all of this education at mushroomvoice.com, where I have products that are seasonal, one-time only, regular products, things for your home, things for you, things for your spirit, things for your body, mind, and soul. I love you, beautiful people. Bye.